Welcome to the Kansas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Texas. And now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. And first up will be the University of Connecticut.
Hi, everyone. Let me just share my screen and then we can get started. Cool. Hopefully everyone can see that. But hi, my name is Sia, and I'm an admissions representative with UConn as well as a UConn alum. I actually graduated now 2 years ago in May 2019 with a finance major and analytics minor. Just a little bit about UConn and where we're located. So we have 5 campuses. Our main campus is in Source, Connecticut. That's where a majority of students live, and that's where a majority of students end up applying to. We actually have over 19,000 undergraduate students just at Source. We also have 4 regional campuses that are spread out throughout Connecticut. So if you're looking for kind of like a smaller campus feel, more exclusive internships, things like that, then I definitely recommend checking our 4 campuses. So we have a location Avery Point, which is right along the Long Island Sound, Hartford, which is in our state's capital, Waterbury, and Stamford. With all 5 campuses combined, we have over 24,000 undergraduate students. In terms of academics, we offer 10 different schools and colleges that vary from our School of Business, our School of Fine Arts, our College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and much more. We offer 115 plus majors as well as 320 plus minors and concentrations. Most popular majors: bio, psych, econ, political science, anything within business or engineering. We also have super niche majors like puppetry. We're one of the top schools in the nation for puppetry. We just recently announced that you can minor in puppetry, so a lot of cool options. A lot of students, I feel like, get overwhelmed by kind of picking and choosing a major, especially as like a 17, 18-year-old. So I'd say that about 25% of our incoming class do come in undecided. And those who are undecided will work with advisors from day one to kind of narrow down what they like and eventually declare their major by their junior year in order to graduate on time. Average class size is between 20 to 32 students. Most class sizes are under 50 students. So in terms of student life on campus, we are most famous for our men's and women's basketball team. Men's basketball team did not do well, but our women's basketball team is thriving. Beyond our main basketball teams, we do offer 24 D1 teams in all. You played a sport in high school, you don't really want to go D1. We do offer club sports as well as intramural sports. If you're looking to stay active, avoid the freshman 15. We do have a brand new rec center built right in the center of campus and easily accessible to students. We also offer 700 plus student organizations that range from our student government, our mock trial, Model UN, also super unique clubs like our cannoli club. We have a moon watching club. We have Quidditch, literally whatever you can think of, we have. If we don't have it, you're more than welcome to start your own organization at UConn. We also have 5 cultural centers that house their own organizations as well. Just to switch gears a little bit and talk about admissions to UConn. So some deadlines to be aware of. January 15th is probably the most important deadline to just keep in mind. That is our Source first year application deadline and when a majority of students will be applying to UConn. We do offer a December 1st priority deadline for merit, scholarship, and honors consideration. We do not offer early action or early decision. If you apply by December 1st, it just means that you'll be considered earlier for scholarship and honors. But just a quick note that all students are automatically considered for both scholarship and honors when applying to UConn. No separate application, no minimum requirement. As soon as you apply, you will be considered. We do offer 4 special programs in law, medicine, dental medicine, education, essentially assurance programs that you apply and are accepted. As long as you maintain certain requirements, you will be guaranteed a spot in our 4 graduate school. February 15th is our on-time deadline for FAFSA. March 1st, we'll start to release admission decisions as well as financial aid packages. Once you're ready to apply, you can apply online using either the Common App or the Coalition application. We require official transcripts, personal essay, Two letters of recs are optional, but I highly, highly recommend them, especially because we are test optional for the next 2 years. So we'll be looking at these other components of the application a little bit more heavily. Finally, an $80 application fee. So just a little bit about visiting UConn. I know a lot of students are like, well, can we come on campus? Like, how do we still connect with UConn despite the pandemic going on? We are offering limited on-campus tours just for admitted students. We're hoping to open that back up to more students by the summer. But in the meantime, we're offering virtual experiences like live sessions and via virtual information sessions, campus tours, things like that. But that is it. Thank you for your time and feel free to ask any questions in the chat.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And up next is Southeastern University.
Hello. All right, I'm going to share my screen quick. All right. I'm going to get started with a quick video.
Fire up. It's that feeling deep in your bones. That desire to be part of something bigger than yourself. It's what drives us, propels us. It's what brought you here. Together, we believe. We dream. We strive for the impossible. Innovation is our fuel. Community is our breath. We discover, we push boundaries, experiencing life as it was created to be. So fire up your imagination to chase, to create, to dare. Fire up to be the change this world is waiting for. We are waiting for you.
So that was just a little short video about Southeastern, kind of highlighting some of our programs and a little bit of our campus, as you can see there. So now I'll get started with our presentation. So Southeastern University is a private Christian college located in Lakeland, Florida. So we're in between Tampa and Orlando, if you know between those two places. Those are like the main places people think about when they think about Florida: Tampa, Orlando, Miami. But we're right between Tampa and Orlando, about a 45-minute drive away from both. So if you like Disney and you like the beach, it's a great spot to be in the middle. Our students come from over 53 different countries. So we have a large amount of international students at Southeastern, whether it's just from traditional studies or athletics, or even through different missions work that we do with our university. We do have a large amount of international students that attend Southeastern. And so we work with them and help them get a visa to be able to come to school and get their education here with us. So a little short about me. I'm our athletic liaison for enrollment. So I work with any recruited athlete that's coming into Southeastern. I was an athlete myself at Southeastern. I played football during my time here, and I was also a resident assistant on our Res Life department. But Southeastern wasn't my first choice, but when I came for a visit, it definitely was something about it that caught me and was like, man, this is a place I definitely want to be for my 4 years. So I loved it. I studied criminal justice, and now I'm doing my master's in that as well. Academic highlights. So our 5 most popular majors right now are kinesiology, which is like sports science, sports medicine, and coaching, and then psychology, biological science with a concentration and whatever it might be for that student, and then a Bachelor of Social Work and Elementary Education. So those are our top 5 right now as far as what we typically see students coming in wanting to study. Some of our newest majors, aviation. So we have an aviation school that is in partnership with Southeastern, where students will actually use our Lakeland Linder Airport, which is about 15 minutes away from campus. And they'll take classes there. They'll also do flight training. So they will do commercial flights, and they will have enough hours to be able to actually do commercial flights and be a pilot once they graduate. And you graduate with a degree in business and aviation management along with that. Political science, tourism and hospitality management, and language, culture, and trade. So some of our newest majors there that students can do. And that picture in the top left, that's a flight simulator at our Lakeland Linder Airport. I was the only person on my team to fly it successfully and land it. So I take pride in that, but it's definitely a lot tougher than it may sound or look. Nursing. So our SU nursing students, we have a really great nursing program. It's fairly new, but for first time passing rate for students on the NCLEX RN nursing exam. So that's the test that they will take to be able to start their job. We have a 92%, which is very impressive. That's exceeding the national average, which is about 87% for BSN educated students. So we want to prepare our nurses to where they get hands-on training. And as you can see that picture there, that's in our nursing simulation lab, which we have military grade mannequins that do everything the human body does. And our nursing students work with them every day of the week and also do their clinicals at hospitals to be able to prepare them for the real world and to be able to pass that test on the first try to start their jobs. In the education department, 95% of SU education graduates are offered a teaching position prior to the start of the next school year following their graduation. So as soon as they graduate, a lot of students are moving right into their career as far as whatever school that they might be in. They do a lot of different student teaching in their senior year to set them up for that, so that right when they graduate, they go straight into their full-time position at whatever school or academy that might be. And then our accounting degree for first-time passing rate for students on their CPA exam since 2001 has been 85%, which is the highest among colleges and universities in Florida. So we like to prepare our students as well as possible throughout the whole 4 years to be able to test into those different schools if they want to go to the school, or pass that CPA exam in order to get their certification. And then the admission updates. So we are test optional. So students do not have to take a SAT or ACT test to get accepted into Southeastern. We do encourage students to still take it just because it can go into their academic scholarship and help them. But we do want students to be able to get in without having that test hold them up in case it's got canceled or their state isn't offering it. We are also offering a full on-campus experience this coming fall. So last year we did do kind of a hybrid where we had students that were online and on campus, but we want to be able to give everybody the opportunity to come back and do a full campus experience with classes, everyone in person. We are, again, following health regulations and safety precautions, but we want to be able to give as much of a kind of normal experience for college for students next year. We have academic scholarships up to $19,000 for students. So anywhere from $5,000 to $19,000 a year, students can receive an academic scholarship just based off of their GPA and if they do take one of those SAT or ACT school tests. And then we do have a free application waiver here. So if you do want to scan that, take a picture of it, and use that code FUTUREFIRE at the end of your application to waive the application fee and apply for free. That doesn't expire and you can use it whenever. Thank you very much. That's all for me.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Next up is Northern Arizona University.
Great, thank you. All righty. Hopefully you all can see my screen okay. So thank you so much. My name is Lauren Rosales. I'm an admissions representative with Northern Arizona University. Like my two colleagues that just presented, I also graduated from the school that I work at. So I graduated in 2015 with my degree in hotel and restaurant management and was an out-of-state student like you would be here at NAU. If you have any questions, my contact information is here for you. So Northern Arizona University is located in Flagstaff, Flagstaff, which is about 2 hours north of Phoenix. The city of Flagstaff has a permanent population of about 74,000. So we have that small college town feel, but those big city amenities, as I like to say, so a little bit of everything. We are in the largest contiguous ponderosa pine forest in the world at an elevation of 7,000 feet. If you thought Arizona was just hot desert, you may be surprised to find that actually Flagstaff gets all 4 seasons, including about 100 inches of snow, 300 days of sunshine. Flagstaff is one of the only places in Arizona that has never hit 100 degrees. There's a lot of great things that you can do outside of Flagstaff or just outdoors in general. We're within a 3-hour drive to 11 national parks and monuments, including the Grand Canyon, which is about 90 minutes away. Because we do get snow in Flagstaff, we also have skiing and snowboarding about 30 minutes from campus. NAU has about 20,000 undergraduate students, so we're that medium to large size university, but we definitely feel like a smaller college. Almost 40% of our students are coming from outside of Arizona, so you'll be able to meet people from across the country. We are very undergraduate focused, and we have almost 100 majors to choose from. Some of our popular options include psychological sciences, nursing, biomedical science, engineering, education, business, and forestry. So we do have a wide range of programs for students, and all of our programs are designed to keep you on track to graduate on time. So there's only 2 programs that are longer than 4 years, but the rest of the programs have you graduating in 4 years. Many of our programs are highly ranked and accredited, so you'll get a great experience at NAU. We also do have a lot of undergraduate research opportunities, so if you're wanting to apply what you're learning to research or outside activities, you can do so at the university. So living on campus or just getting involved in campus life is something we encourage. We have over 400 different clubs and organizations that students can get involved with. Events are happening all the time. We are doing some virtual and some in-person events right now, of course, keeping students as safe as possible. We do also have our Health and Learning Center, which is home to our campus recreation department, our on-campus gym, our medical center. We are a D1 school. We play in the Big Sky Conference for all of our sports except for women's swim and dive. They're in the Western Athletic Conference. Our women's swim and dive came home with their 8th consecutive WAC championship, and our men's cross country team about 2 weeks ago came home with their 4th NCAA championship, 4th time in the last 5 years. So very proud of our athletics, very competitive. We also do have a lot of support services to ensure your success at the university, including our career development office, our Office of Inclusion, Office of First Generation Programs. We also have mentoring programs such as Peer Jacks for out-of-state students, where you can connect with other out-of-state students as well, and make sure that you're having a smooth transition to Flagstaff and university life. Now, living on campus is a great way for you to get involved as well. We have 11 residence halls specifically for first-year students, and we house you in your same academic college, so living around others in the same program. So jumping into admissions requirements, we're looking at your 16 core classes. So we're very accessible when it comes to admissions because we're not requiring essay questions or letters of recommendation. We're just looking at your GPA in these 16 classes. For students to be considered for admissions, you need to have a 2.5 unweighted core GPA in these 16 classes and no more than 1 deficiency in any 2 areas. But if you have a 3.0 unweighted core GPA and no deficiencies, you will be guaranteed admissions into the university. We do ask for students to self-report their grades, so if you have a transcript in front of you, makes it a bit easier for you to include all of your grades. And then we are test score optional. We actually have been completely test score optional since 2018, so we don't look at SAT or ACT test scores for admissions or scholarships, but if you do have those, you're welcome to submit them. They can only ever help you, never hurt you. And then looking at our tuition, so we want to provide transparency for your tuition and additional costs. For students that are entering the university for fall 2021 and fall 2022, we will be continuing our pledge program. So your tuition rate that you receive when you start at the university will continue for 4 years. So you won't have to worry about a tuition increase. We also do have some merit-based scholarships that we'll automatically consider you for when you apply to the university. So there's no separate application for either of these scholarships, and we're looking at your unweighted core GPA in those 16 classes. So ways to apply our application for the upcoming fall semester is still open. We are on rolling admissions. And then for students that are wanting to come for fall 2022, our application will open in July. Feel free to reach out to me for a fee waiver. I'm happy to provide that for you. Now, if you are interested in the Honors College, there is a separate application. It does require students to be admitted to NAU, and that application for this upcoming year is still open, but it will open in September for the next application cycle. Now, visiting campus, whether it's virtually or in person, is definitely a great way for you to figure out if NAU is a good fit for you. We do have virtual presentations that happen Monday through Friday, as well as our virtual tour online. We are accommodating families. If you are a senior right now, if you do want to come to campus, feel free to reach out to me and we can get you on one of our individual family tours. We are trying to expand that a bit while keeping our families and students safe. But we do have a very active YouTube channel as well as social media. And if you do have any questions, again, my name is Lauren. I'm happy to help you out. But thank you so much for being here today. If you do have questions, feel free to drop those into the chat. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Lauren. Next up is Langston University.
Good morning, everybody. As I can pull up my screen, bear with me. I can't find it. There we go. All right, can everybody see that? All right. Good morning. My name is Mark Vaughn. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Langston University. We are considered an HBCU, a historically Black college university. We are located in Langston, Oklahoma, just north of Oklahoma City. We were founded in 1897. We're the only HBCU in the state of Oklahoma. We have roughly about 1,750 students on our main campus. We have 4 campuses, one in Tulsa, Oklahoma, one in Ardmore, Oklahoma, one in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and our main campus in Langston, Oklahoma. We recruit very good students. Our average grade point average last year was a 2.99, and our average ACT score was a 17 last year. We, because of COVID, we're not asking for a test score for the fall 21, but when you come on campus, we are asking that you at least take a placement test so we know where to place you. When you come on campus, we have very good living dormitories. We have 2 options to live in. We have traditional dormitories, which we consider Young Hall. Young Hall is traditional dormitories, which is 1 person to a room because of COVID, and the bathroom is down the hall. Or we have apartment style housing, which are 4 individuals to a room, and there's 2 bathrooms, 1 on each side of the apartments. So you have a choice. The residential life dormitories are a little bit cheaper. I'll show you that as we progress through this PowerPoint. We have a lot of opportunities on our campus for students. We have free tutoring for all classes. We have over 40 clubs and organizations you can join. If you're familiar with Greek life, we have 8 of the Divine 9 Greeks on our campus. We have a Black Heritage Museum, the Melvin B. Tolson Library. If you ever seen that movie, The Great Debaters, Professor Tolson taught on our campus at Langston University. We have over 40 degree programs on our campus. We have 6 colleges of concentration: agriculture and applied sciences, arts and sciences. We have a College of Business. We have 7 tracks under the College of Business: education, behavioral science. We have nursing. We have 98% of our nursing students pass that nursing test in order to go into the RN profession. We also have a physical therapy school on campus, which is considered medical school. Here's a list of all of our majors we do offer on our campus. If you're interested in athletics, we have men's football and basketball, women's basketball, girls softball, and girls volleyball. Our co-ed is cheerleading, indoor and outdoor track, intramural sports, and our famous Marching Pride band. There's a lot of scholarship money if you have any type of instrumental skills, so we will get you some scholarship money. This is a list of our pricing. It's for out-of-state students, we're looking at about $24,000. If you live in traditional dormitories, you're looking at about $22,000. If you have a 3.0 grade point average, I can offer you in-state tuition. In-state tuition for traditional dormitories, you're looking at $14,000. In-state, living in the apartments, you're looking at about $17,000. We offer very good scholarships. Our biggest scholarship is the McCabe Scholarship, a 3.5 grade point average with a 22 or higher SAT or 1100 SAT will qualify you for a full ride scholarship. The McCabe and the Regent Scholarship comes with an application and an essay. Both of these scholarships are competitive. The Regent Scholarship pays for room and board, a 3.3 grade point average and no SAT requirement for that one. We offer the you can apply for the third grade Marshall Scholarship or the USDA 1897 Scholarship as well. We offer a Bridge Scholarship, which is in-state tuition as well. The General Alliance Scholarship, you have to have a 2.5 grade point average or higher. There is no SAT or ACT requirement for this one. You have a 2.5 grade point average unweighted or higher, we will give you scholarship money. Now, it is always free to apply to our university. The deadline is May 1st, 2021. You go online, www.langston.edu, and apply under freshman application. It is always free. You have to have a 2.4 grade point average or higher to be admitted into our university. You can see the website link to take a virtual tour of our campus. If you're interested, go onto that link. Here's all of our contact information. I will leave this up for my last minute, but this is our contact information. I'm Mark Vaughn. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions. MAVaughn@langston.edu. I know I went fast, but only had 6 minutes. So go back and rewatch this video. We have a lot to offer on our campus. So I yield the rest of my time back. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you so much. Next up is Regent University.
Hey y'all, I'm just gonna go ahead and get the PowerPoint up here shortly. All right, perfect. So my name is Mackenzie from Regent University, and I'm joined by my colleague Bridget on the back end, and we're just excited to share a little bit about who Regent University is and what it has to offer you. So Regent University is a 4-year nonprofit Christian university, and we're located in Virginia Beach, Virginia. We have our online degree programs as well, so it offers you a lot of flexibility. We have just over 11,000 students at Regent, but 4,400 of them are our undergraduate population. And these are students who are either taking classes online, they're living on campus, or they'll commute from the local area. Our student population does represent 50 states, 90 countries, and 40 different denominations. So you can definitely say we have quite a diverse population. On this screen, you'll also see our average test scores and GPA. At Regent, we do look at a student holistically though. So what that means is we look beyond your transcripts and test scores. So we'll take into account your extracurricular activities, the difficulty of the classes that you've previously taken, and other things that you'll submit with your application. You will see our average SAT and ACT scores listed on here. These are not requirements, they're averages. Keep in mind we are test optional, just like many schools this year, but we do encourage all students to take your test if you have the scores and submit them for possible scholarships. So for 9 years in a row, we have been awarded the best online bachelor's degree in the state of Virginia. And I'm super proud about that because that's competing against larger universities such as University of Virginia, Virginia Tech, things like that. So this is also a huge benefit for you as a student now more than ever in this new virtual world that we live in, being in Kansas. If we have a degree that you would like to be a part of, definitely take advantage of that. We are an award-winning regionally accredited liberal arts university, which is the highest level of accreditation a university can achieve, and we've achieved this for over 40 years now. We also pride ourselves on developing a comprehensive curriculum for which we are only one of 23 universities in the country to receive an A rating. You'll also see on here that 90% of our full-time faculty hold the highest degree in their discipline, and many of them are still working in the field, so it gives you that real-world experience in the classroom as well. And then lastly, our student-to-faculty ratio is 17:1. So this small classroom dynamic, it does allow our students to receive a more personalized instruction from your professor. And we love to stay here at Regent. You'll never get lost in a large lecture hall. But we do realize that figuring out finances is a huge part of going to school and which school that you choose. So at Regent, we are committed to making your education affordable. So we do rank in the top 5 percentile for most affordable private Christian colleges and universities in the nation. And the cost that you see on the screen is across the board for all students. We don't participate in out of state or in state. Since we are a private university, we have that ability to do so. Over 85% of our undergraduate students will receive some sort of aid. So we have a number of institutional opportunities for aid as well. And we encourage all of you to fill out your FAFSA and take advantage of federal aid. You can also visit our website and access what we call our net price calculator. It's an excellent resource for you to break down your costs based on your individual circumstances. And then perhaps you're a student who prefers the flexibility of learning online on your own schedule. So this is the tuition breakdown as if you were to be an online student, and it is determined by course load. So to be considered a full-time student, you need to take 12 or more credit hours per semester. But I always love to say Regent is your one-stop shop when it comes to pursuing your education. We do offer over 135 different programs to study, from associate's degree all the way to our doctoral programs and PhD programs. For those students who desire to pursue your degree in a more classical approach, we do have our honors college as well. It does offer a more challenging curriculum and collaborative environment, so you'll be in a cohort style of learning. And by participating in the honors program, there are a lot of benefits, including scholarships, extensive mentorship, and you even get to register for classes before everyone else. So at Regent, we offer a lot of student resources to ensure that you're successful, whether you live on campus, you commute, or even if you study online. All of these resources are available to you. One of my favorite is our career and talent management. It's just a really good opportunity to perfect your resume, learn how to better interview, find internships and jobs after graduation as well. And then we do understand that your college experience it involves every aspect of your life. So Regent offers a lot of opportunities outside the classroom. For example, we have over 55 student-led organizations, including Surf Club. We're right by the beach. Moot Court, we do have an ABA bar credit program, a law school on our campus, and our student activities board. So we do offer 9 collegiate sports as well as club and intramural sports. And then we do have our state-of-the-arts Performing Arts Center, where students can either watch or participate in several productions throughout the year. My favorite is always the Christmas production at the end of the year. And then fun fact, we do have an extremely military-friendly campus. Over 30% of our population is military affiliated in some way. So if you're interested in a military career or anything like that, we do offer ROTC programs and scholarships. And then, as I mentioned a couple times throughout this presentation, we are located in coastal Virginia Beach. It's only about 20 minutes drive to the boardwalk. And in the state of Virginia, there's 38 state parks and 21 national parks. So it's a perfect place to go ahead and venture out over the weekends. And Virginia is also home to a lot of historical sites like historic Williamsburg. And then we're just a few short hours from the Outer Banks in Washington, D.C. We are currently open for tours, and we'd love for you to come check us out. If you're unable to join us, we do have a virtual tour as well. I can post that link for you in the chat. And then finally, if you love everything we talked about today, you can apply online or call and speak to one of our admissions counselors. And a lot of times if you call, fun fact, they will waive that application fee for you, but we do operate on rolling admissions basis, so it's not too late to apply for this coming fall. And we'll put our we'll chat our information for you and answer any questions that you have. So thank you all so much.
Wonderful. Well, thank you to all of our presenters. We are now going to head over to Q&A. So I'd ask all of our presenters to come back on camera and respond to this question. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And I'll ask that our presenters respond in the same order that they presented. So we'll start with UConn.
Awesome, that's a great question. So I feel like I remember like when I was going through the college process, I was a person who would submit last minute, the day before, a few hours before. So I think the best thing I would say is get organized. I would create either like a Google Drive or have a folder where you have a list of like all the colleges that you're interested in, and then kind of break it down by like deadlines, what they require for the application. But the best thing is just getting organized, especially I think if you're like a visual learner, just having it all there in one place is super helpful.
I would say for the process, kind of outside of the which organization, that's super important. On the flip side, I would say when you're looking at that college, make sure that you weigh all your options as far as what the university offers. So even though you know you want to get that degree and you know you want to make sure you go to the school that has your right major, you also just want to make sure that like you're gonna want to live in that city for 4 years, or you know you like your dorm, and you kind of like the area where you're going to be in, because you never know, there could be opportunities to where maybe you now live there after you graduate and then you start your career there. So I think just weighing the options as far as the things that you can't see on paper with the school, and just making sure that not only is it a right fit academically, but the holistic approach of like making sure that you're going to be comfortable and enjoy your time there.
That's all really great advice so far. And you know, as Chris said, weighing your options, you know, visiting campus. I know right now is a little bit more challenging with traveling, and some campuses are doing tours, some are not. But figuring out what's most important to you, if that's program, location, that's really important. But you want to make sure it's going to be a good fit for you, because you know, looking at my when I was looking for colleges, there was a school that was #1 on my list on paper. I did a campus tour and I realized it was not the place that I wanted to be. It was not going to be a good fit for me, and provide the experience that I want. So if you are able to do tours, that'll be really the best way for you to figure out if you see yourself there for 4 years, and if that university can provide what is on your dream checklist.
Everything that's been said has been said already, but one of the things I would like to add, I want to piggyback on a lot of things. Get to know your admissions counselor. Make sure you stay in contact with your admissions counselor. Do not wait for him or her to reach out to you. You reach out to them. More than likely, that you're not the only student that they're in contact with. I would get a list of universities I want to attend, narrow it down, and I think one young lady said, I would make sure that university fits me. We don't ever buy clothes and just walk out the store. We try them on. So if you can go visit the campus, make sure it's the right fit for you and your major. Another thing, make sure that university or college is accredited. Don't spin your wheels going to a place that is not accredited. So that's the advice I can give to you. If you want a large university, a small university, a medium-sized university, don't go someplace where you'll get swallowed up, but find something that fits you.
I would say don't be afraid to decide your major as undecided if you're not sure what you want to study. Nothing is worse than getting 2 years deep into studying education and then you realize I want to study kinesiology because they're so different. So I always encourage students, if you aren't dead set on it, study it undecided, take your general classes, and then through taking those classes, a lot of times you'll find exactly the right fit for you.
Great, thank you all. Our next question is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
Oof, that's a tough one. I think for me would probably be One Ton Sunday. So we have our own farm on campus. We make our own ice cream. So we have I would say like probably once a semester, we have this event called One Ton Sunday where students will literally line up for like 2 to 3 hours. It's such a long line, and you pay $1 for like a big bucket, and then you put as much ice cream as you can. So I never waited in line. I waited for my friends to come back with ice cream. I remember my senior year, we had ice cream in the freezer for like 2 months, which was crazy. So that's probably my favorite at UConn.
I think mine is we're a smaller campus, about a little over 2,000 students on campus. So it's pretty close knit as far as knowing a lot of people. So we do something called Thursday Night Live, and it's kind of like our kind of spin off of Saturday Night Live. And so it's just cool, a bunch of skits. It's funny seeing the students like kind of poke fun at some people on our leadership and professors and stuff in different departments, but just a little something fun that we do. And also like we have an improv team on campus that does shows kind of couple weeks out of the semester. So I think those are pretty cool things.
So I would say my favorite tradition at NAU, well, we began as a teaching college in 1899, so we've been around for a while. We have a lot of traditions that have been around, but my favorite one is actually called Running of the Freshmen. So every August or September, when we have our first home football game, we invite all of our first year students to run across the football field, which really kicks off the new school year and the new football season. I participated in this as a freshman, and it was was really fun. I was not an athlete, so that was my first time and only time getting to run across the field. And then we actually started doing running of the seniors. So at the last home football game, we have all of our seniors running across the field. So it's a great way to start your time at the university as well as close your time at the university.
At Langston University, one of the biggest traditions at any HBCU is homecoming. If you've never been to an HBCU homecoming, you ought to go before you die. It's one of the best experiences. Everybody comes back. I mean, everybody has a grill out. Everybody, all the Greeks, all the old head Greeks, football game, the band. It is a sight to behold. So if you ever want to experience a homecoming like no other homecoming, come go to HBCU, especially Langston University.
My favorite tradition on campus is our Christmas village. We basically transform the entire campus into a really magical place with a lot of lights, and we do a really awesome Christmas tree lighting. So it's just a really fun time. The whole community comes together.
Great, thank you all so much. That just about wraps us up for today's session. So I want to say thank you for joining us. Thank you to our presenters for all the information that you shared. When this window closes, there'll be a quick 4-question survey, and we do appreciate your feedback. And as a reminder, this recording of this session and other sessions recordings will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Kansas. So thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your days.